Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to just give you guys like a walkthrough of the course just to kind of familiarize you with how the course is set up and how the website is set up. So I'm actually in the course. Let me go ahead and show it as a student. That way you guys will really see what you guys see. Okay, so this is as if I am student me. So you can see on the at the top we've got these bars. I'll walk you through the home page, and we'll go and talk about what's on the bars. On the right, you can see this teacher information over here. You can see my phone number and my email and my hours of availability. So if you email me, I can, I'll reply as soon as I can, usually pretty quickly. Email really works best for me, but you can call me, and if I can't answer it, I'll just leave a message, and I'll call you back probably between that 4 and 6 p.m. Hour. I just have to wait till my husband gets home because I have a toddler and a very small one at home, and they're quite loud sometimes. And so I want to wait till he can watch them. That way you guys can actually hear what I'm saying when I'm trying to answer your questions. But feel free to text me as well if you have, quick questions. You can text me at this number and I can get back with you really quickly, or you can email me and I'll email you back ASAP. And then if you call, just leave a message if I don't answer, and I'll call you back, usually within 24 hours. So this is the bulletin board. Right now it's showing this welcome section. And then once all the students have enrolled, I'll go ahead and I'll change it to something else. But right now that's what it's going to look like for a few weeks at least. Then on the left, you can see the news announcements that I post for you guys. This one is the week 1 update that you guys should have gotten in your email. So it's just kind of talks about what we're going to talk about this week. It has some, did you know kind of stuff, helpful information. It has what we're doing this week, our schedule, and then it has next week too. Most of them will have like the previous week and then this week, but this one, because it's the first one, just has the first and second week. But then it shows you our due date in this orange box. And then it shows the date of the health session, and then the exam day. Okay, so all of them are going to show this exam day because that's really important. That's when your AP exam is. Okay. On the right, you can see the course schedule. So if you click the 18-week, we'll see the 18-week one. And they're all the same except for like the word part is all the same. It's just the actual scheduled day-to-day part that is different between them. So you guys have an e-textbook. You can go here and click on this link. I'll open it in a new tab so you can see what it looks like. And then this will give you your e-textbook.
This video is going to help you to access your e-text.
So it's going to tell you all about your e-textbook and how to access it and that kind of thing. And you'll have access to this textbook for the whole semester. Then you can go down here and you can look at your assignments. I've color-coded them to match this. So if something is purple, then it will be in this category. If it's green, it'll be in this category. Pink, this category, and red is your final exam. Okay. Some assignments, it wants you to do them over multiple days. And so I've highlighted the day that assignment is actually due. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's when you have to, turn it in, but that's the day that it's due. So for example, that's the day it wants you to do it. Like for example, so this welcome discussion, it wants you to do this Monday, January 8th. But it's not technically going to be late until Thursday, January 15th, 16th, 17th, January 18th. Okay, so like at midnight on January 18th, it'll be late. But the syllabus or the schedule suggests that you do it on Monday. So that's kind of how that works. You can see like this transgenic fly lab, it wants you to start it on Thursday, but it doesn't really expect you to finish it until Friday. And so that's why it's highlighted on Friday. Same with this toxicology lab. One thing that I do offer for you guys, if you turn in something early, like for example, you turn in your welcome discussion on Monday and you forget to, answer one of the questions on there, I can grade it and I can tell you what you forgot. And then as long as you, reply to that welcome discussion and add whatever you were missing before this due date, I can go back and fix it. So like your Tragedy of the Commons lab, you could turn it in Thursday, the 11th, and then I'll grade it. And then if there's something that you're missing or whatever, you can correct it before the 17th, this Wednesday, and then I can go back and give you more points on that. So that's kind of helpful, and it gives you an advantage to turning in stuff early. So here's our whole thing, our whole schedule. Now, some people ask me, when should I start reviewing for the AP exam? I suggest at least by spring break. So if you don't have your study book by spring break, make sure you get one over spring break and you start reviewing over spring break. You can obviously start reviewing earlier, but a good rule of thumb is by spring break, you should really start reviewing for the exam, because that's about a month out from the exam. Okay. You'll see that we will review for the test these days, and then your final exam for virtual school is actually scheduled on Wednesday and Thursday, and your AP exam is also that Thursday. So there's a couple ways you can approach this. You could take the final exam on Wednesday and have it be like kind of a practice for that AP exam the day before, which is, maybe what I would suggest. Or you can actually ask virtual school to allow you to take your final exam early, not late. They won't let you take it late, but you can ask to take it early. And then you could take it like Monday or something like that. And then it's not like the day before your exam. So either one of those is totally okay. Or you could take it the day of your exam. That just might be a lot of environmental science in one day. But, you might be fresh, but you also might be really burnt out from the exam. So it just depends what, works best for you. This is where you get your acknowledgement form. Everyone needs to turn one of these in. It's not worth points on your in the grade book, but you do really need to turn it in. Our weekly synchronous classroom sessions are Tuesdays at 6 p.m. and you can click this link right here and it will take you to join Jigsaw. We can go down here. This is a welcome message I have for you. Please make sure you read this very carefully. That way, it just is a good way to get you kind of set up for the class, get started. And then you can look over here, and I have different course resources and things for you. So if you click on this Plate Tectonics course resource, it opens basically a newsletter. And let me see if I can make it bigger. There we go. It opens a newsletter, and it's got helpful hints for like each assignment that you do for the unit. Like, for example, this quiz, Plate Tectonics, it wants you to complete this self-assessment before you take the quiz. Okay. Or here's a video, here's the handout, information about the tests and the quizzes, and then there's additional resources. So I have some pictures that are helpful. And then I also have, if you scroll down a little farther, I have some videos that I've actually downloaded to my Google Drive to make sure that they're, still working. Sometimes YouTube videos kind of disappear. And then, you can view these videos and they'll kind of help you as well. And then these are also some PDFs that I have for you guys. So you can, click on it and it'll take you here. And these are some things that I've kind of written to kind of help you out. So that's kind of, you can use that as well. So these are all, and they're all right here. There's one for each unit. There's review resources. And then what I've done is I've also put our weekly course updates here. And the reason I've done that is that's in case if you want to work ahead or you want to look, ahead or whatever, you can click on one. Like this is the very last one for the final exam. And you can get some final exam stuff, some AP exam stuff. So, it's just to kind of give you like, so you've got all those resources available to you, right away. And then these news announcements will change fairly frequently. So make sure that you, check this every day. If you go to assessments here, you can click here to discussion, and you can view the welcome discussion. So these are the questions it wants you to answer in your welcome discussion. So if you miss one of these, if you, forget to answer one of these, then I'll just, say like, don't forget to answer this question or whatever, and then have you answer it. Here is a help thing. If you have any questions, feel free to post questions here, and then you and your classmates and I can help you through them. And then here are some more discussions. Now, the discussions for environmental AP are a little longer than ones for like regular courses, so just make sure you keep that in mind. It's not something you'll be able to do in like 5 minutes like you can for a lot of the other courses. Now, if you look at your history right here, or your your Dropbox, you can click in here, and then here's the actual rubric for this assignment. So if you want to get full points, you need to do all of the things in this left column right here. Okay. And so there should be one of these for everything but an FRQ. And the reason there's not one for an FRQ is because I use the College Board FRQ rubrics, and they basically like tell you the answer. So they don't say like you need to describe things. It says you must have written this, this, and this. So those don't give you, those aren't here in advance, because when you do an FRQ for the AP exam, you don't get the rubric in advance. But this at least shows you exactly what you need to do to get full credit. You can click, say, this Rare Earth Elements video. Same thing, it has a rubric right here. So you can kind of see where you get your points. That way you know exactly what you need to do to get full credit. So these are all of your assignments for the semester. You are more than welcome to work ahead. And then these are extra learning opportunities, which is virtual school's term for extra credit. So you can click here, you can do test corrections for, say, your plate tectonics test. You can submit them here, and I can give you some points back on your exam. Your test corrections must be handwritten. And then you just like take a picture or scan them as a PDF or whatever, so I can see them, but they must be handwritten. And that's just to make sure you're not copying and pasting. I actually want you to kind of learn something from those. You can go to quizzes, and you'll see your test. Okay, or if there's a quiz, there's a quiz, and if there's a test, there's a test. They're all timed. And then your final exam, this you won't actually be able to access this until the time for the final exam. So it won't show up at all, or you won't be able to click on it or do anything with it. So here's your tests and your quizzes. If you want to see your course materials, you can go here to content, and you can see the table of contents. Here's the page for that e-textbook that we looked at earlier. Your plate tectonics, that's your first unit. I usually click the side, and then I just click whatever the first page is. And then it's going to tell me some information. It's going to tell me what assignments I have for this unit. You can listen to the page if you want. You don't have to. Some key terms. And now we're going to go, and we're actually going to learn stuff here. And then it shows, this assignment. There is stuff over here on the right, some helpful information. And then there's an extra credit. I believe this is the only extra credit one that's built into the course. So I noticed it was there for that unit, but none of the others. So just kind of keep that in mind. You can go to the checklist, and then as you complete assignments, you can click them off like this, and it'll show that you've completed them. And this is for your information, so you can't just click them and go, oh yeah, I've done everything, ha ha ha. You actually still have to submit it. It doesn't give you a grade for doing that or anything. It's just for you to keep track. And then you can go to the grade book. The course hasn't started yet, so it's probably not going to show all that much. But you can at least see you can at least see the assignments and stuff like that, and you can see what you got, and then I'll leave you feedback and things like that, and you'll be able to click your feedback and that sort of thing. So that is basically the bulk of what I wanted to show you for your course. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any other questions about the course, please feel free to email me or text me or call me, and I can help you with those.